Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Chat. And today we're talking with the lovely Shey Hennig, and she is our professional guru on money matters. Now, let me give you a little bit about Shey. Shey has been in the financial service industry since 1996 and is currently the branch manager in her field. Although Shey studied voice and education at Brentwood University, she has found her greatest passion in teaching financial literacy to single moms and the currently underserved middle market family. Shey is a featured speaker with Dominion Voice, which is a Christian outreach, and has also put together a teaching for the church and community entitled Entering the Promised Land. I love that title.
Thank you.
For the last 4 years, Shey has sat on the Women's Advisory Board for her company, as she is in the top 1% of all women in the company in North America. She has a heart for making her rags to riches story come to life for all those she meets. Well, again, welcome, my dear.
Thank you, Brenda.
It's great to have you back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
So our question today for you is, how can I find money to save? Money is so tight. And you hear that everywhere, that, you know, especially in our economy, which is happening right now, that, you know, I don't have an extra 10 cents to rub together. So how can we find money to save?
Yeah, that's a good question, right? And, you know, I want to say, just we gave that lovely little blurb about who I am. You know, when I started out on my own, you know, I was a single mom and I had nothing, like you know, like we come from nothing. And so I think that the heart to share with people about things like this is only because you've had to walk it out, right? So it's things that I've had to do, things I've had to learn to get there. And this is one of those things is I had no money, you know. When I was starting out, my daughter was she's a mom now. She was just a little girl, and I picked bottles to make a living, and to make ends meet. So I was pretty passionate about how to find money, right? And you know, I love the dreaded word. I wish it was a 4-letter word because it would be so perfect, but it's not. But it works anyways, right? Then that's the word budget. And I know everybody hates it, but I'm a firm believer, even for myself in my picking bottles days, that if you have a budget and you know what that budget is, you will find money. We always overspend, all of us, even if we just go to McDonald's and get a coffee every day, you know, those kinds of things, right? And so if it's okay, maybe I'll share how I found money to save or to put into my budget. Does that sound okay?
Yep, that sounds perfect.
Perfect. So what I tell everybody is, I'm a bit of a to decorate, and I can see you do too. Beautiful office, right? So I just went and found a really neat basket. There's a little lid on it. And so what I tell everybody, what I did for myself was every time I got a bill, I put it in that basket. Every time I went to the bank machine and took out $20, I put it in that basket. Every time I went and got a coffee, I would put that receipt in my basket. And at the end of the month, I sat down and I had my little glass of wine, or maybe a bottle, you know, depending. And I would sort, depend on how big my basket was. Yeah. And I would sort through. And I would put my receipts, you know, that I just took money out, didn't account for it, out of the bank machine, my bills, and I had a budget sheet. And I put those things into that budget sheet. And even for myself, when I had lack, I was astonished to see how much money I actually wasted. And so it's huge. And so, you know, to do that for a couple of months and keep faithful to it. And at that couple of months end, you will have extra money with which to do other things. You know, maybe it's a tea, maybe it's a movie. But right now people say, I don't have any money for that stuff. I've got nothing. And you know what you do? It's just trying to find that little hidden bit there that you're spending in the wrong places, right? So yeah. So to get a good budget sheet, there's lots of great budget sheets out there, but do it and stick with it, right? And that's the thing.
Yeah,
and the wine helps.
Even watching the painful time, you know, when you're going through and you're going, oh my God, I don't want to look, you know. So when I was in my marriage, and I mean, it was a very difficult and financially strained marriage in lots of ways. So at one time I was a waitress and I waited tables, and I would take all of my tip money and I would put it into a jar, and I wouldn't spend that tip money. And after a month, you would add up your tips and see what you had, and then I could put that into a separate bank account. But I used that money to buy the things that I wanted. It didn't go into the budget. It went into the things that I had wanted, whether it was, at the fine china store and I bought a piece of crystal, so that I could feel better. Because this is found money. This is money that didn't come out of the budget. It's found money.
Right. That's right.
And so there are ways to do that. But that was one of the things that I did. And I thought to myself, I should be still doing that, except I'm not a waitress anymore and I don't get tips, but I should still be doing that.
That's right.
It is.
Yeah, that's good.
But it is amazing when you sit down and you write down everything that you spend your money on.
Yeah.
The Starbucks coffee,
And the big thing too, I found, is that taking money out of the bank machine. Like you're on your way to work or whatever, you take $20 out because you want to have it in your wallet just in case. Well, where does that $20 go, right? What do you spend it on? And so if you can just hard knock things for, a month or two, you'll figure it out. And you'll lose the expression, I have no money. There's ways to find it.
Well, one of the things that I always do, and I mean, this is probably not something that a lot of people would think is, something that they could do, but they actually can, is I will get a bill, whether it's a $50 bill or a $100 bill, and whether I've saved up enough money I'll go into the bank and I'll change all of that money into a $100 bill. That $100 bill will sit in my wallet because I don't want to break that $100 bill. Like it's easy to spend $5 and it's easy to spend $10 and it's easy to spend $20, but it's not so easy to take that $100 bill that is sitting in there nice and crisp in your wallet to spend it. And then I am never broke.
Yeah.
Even when I have no money, I know that I'm not broke because I will refuse to spend that $100 bill. And at one time, I think I had like 12 $100 bills in my wallet.
Wow. Yeah.
That I refused to spend, but it took a while to earn that. But anytime I got any extra money or free money that I call that doesn't come from my income, I would convert it into $100 bills and hang on to them.
I love that. And it's that whole mental shift, isn't it? Like, so you had that $100 bill in your wallet and you went from feeling like I am broke all the time, I have nothing, to might have nothing in the bank or nothing over there, but I've got something. And your whole mental shift really makes a difference, doesn't it? In your day and in your future and in your finances. It really does. Yeah, that's a great tip.
Oh, it does. And, and I would always have that money. And if for some reason you go to pay for your groceries and the bank machine is down, or you get that lovely insufficient funds sign, which, gives you heart palpitations, I always had the money. I was never stuck in an embarrassing situation. And it's huge. It's a huge mindset.
It's huge. Yeah, that's great. That's good. Good tip.
Yeah.
Good tip.
So, go ahead.
I was just going to say, maybe one day we'll talk about how, we can buy crystal and nice clothes on a tight budget. Okay.
Yes, we will, because believe me, I've been able to do that.
My husband now might pull the plug, but I'm enjoying nice things, so it's important that
my husband at the time didn't know I had the extra money, because if he knew I had the extra money, then that extra money would have been gone. So I guarded that extra bit of money just religiously, because I learned the lesson that when he did find out that I had extra money, within a matter of an hour, the money was gone.
Yeah.
So I learned that tough lesson that, some things just need to be kept a little bit more close to your heart. If you are in a situation where, you're financially dependent or you're financially stuck with somebody, you can get money out. And move on. So, well, thank you very much, my dear, for that conversation today. And I look forward to our next one, because these are enlightening, and you and I are going to have to sit down and have a good conversation over some wine.
Love it.
I can see it coming now.
Thanks, Brenda. Okay.
If anybody has any questions that you would like to ask Shey regarding money matters, please put your comments below the video, and we will get to all of your questions, and we will answer all of your questions in future segments. So again, thank you, Shey, and I'm so happy that you're with us, and we will talk soon. Oh, one more thing. This is, everybody remember, this is common knowledge. This is not to replace your existing financial advisor or whoever you're using for your financial portfolio, or if you have a portfolio, you don't have a portfolio. This is just basic common knowledge that we are all afraid to ask those questions.
Yeah. Thanks, Brenda.
You're welcome. We'll talk soon again.
Thank you.